It's finally here. The day we've all been waiting for. We already know it's going to be an awesome week because Elon Musk just announced 3 new products on Twitter that are going to absolutely blow your mind. And these are 3 things that Tesla has never done before. So let's get into this. Number 1, it's happening. It's here. It is official. After years of speculation and endless computer renderings, the new compact Tesla Model 2 has officially dropped. The only thing more shocking than the release of the product itself was the price. This car is insane value. Let's go over all of the deets. In today's announcement, the company revealed their newest member of the Tesla family with a starting price tag of just $10,000, $817.09. This is a rear-wheel drive base model with an estimated range of over 300 miles. That is a very competitive price point for such a well-built, long-range electric vehicle. But it gets even better. Just like every other Tesla, you can customize your car with upgrades. The most important thing that we can see here is that they are using the brand new Axial Flux motor. This is the next generation of electric motor technology that Tesla has been hyping up for over a year now. They first introduced this back in August 2021 when they said, Tesla is developing next-generation motor for vehicle applications based on the same high-performance, high-efficiency, low-cost manufacturing approach as our current products will be manufactured at Gigafactory, Texas. Then, in January of 2022, Elon posted on Twitter, new Tesla motor should enable 2 million mile range with very high probability. Key is production volume scaling to drive down cost. So it looks like that technology has been refined over the past couple of years, and they are ready to bring it to market. But the big question is, what exactly makes the Axial Flux motor so special? Well, this is what we know. First of all, unlike traditional radial flux motors, which is what Tesla has used up until now, the coils and magnets in an axial flux motor are positioned in parallel with each other rather than perpendicular. By orienting the magnetic fields along the same axis, this design enables some interesting things. One of the main benefits is a higher torque density. The car will accelerate faster and deliver more power to the wheels. Another benefit is the efficiency of the motor. By reducing internal resistance, it delivers more torque while using less energy. This also results in less heat, and therefore the thermal efficiency of the system is greatly improved, which means yes, the new Tesla cars should be able to drive further on a single charge. And not only that, but the Axial Flux architecture is also simpler than the radial design. Less parts, less complexity, less expensive to manufacture. If this is true, then we could see some serious disruption in the electric vehicle industry. A high-performance, highly efficient and inexpensive motor that can be mass-produced. That's a game changer. So those were the specs of the Model 2. We can see that there are 3 different battery options available. We have standard range with 48 kWh, then mid-range with 55 kWh, and a max range option with 60 kWh. Those battery options are identical to what we saw on the spec sheet leak. What's interesting about this particular leak, though, is that we can see a completely new feature on Tesla vehicles. Now, this has never been seen before. If you look at the battery section, we can see this option called V2G, that stands for Vehicle to Grid. This is essentially bidirectional charging. Instead of only being able to charge your car from the grid, you can send power back into the grid. So if you live in an area that's having rolling blackouts or brownouts, you could potentially power your neighborhood with your Tesla. This would require an upgrade to your home charger, but it's possible. Right now it says this feature is coming soon, so we don't know if it's available just yet, but it's cool to see that that's an option. Now the reason why this particular spec sheet is so exciting is because it actually shows power for 5 days. In the description of the table, it says that the standard range battery option with 48 kilowatts can power your home for 1 to 5 days, depending on your usage. And that is with bidirectional charging capability. If we take a look at the max range battery option with 60 kilowatts, this one can power your home for 1 to 6 days. So that is insane.
Ow.
6 days of power from a Tesla vehicle.
Ow.
When you start to think about the real-world use case of something like this, it becomes very clear that a 60 kilowatt-hours battery pack is not overkill. Sure, if you're just using this as a car, that might be too much power. You won't need that much. But if you're going to use this thing as a secondary power source for your house, then 60 kilowatts is actually quite reasonable. If you have an average-sized house, you probably use about 100 kilowatt-hours of power per day. So that means you could theoretically run your house for 6 days on a single charge? That is amazing. Like, this completely changes the way that people think about energy storage. Because most people, myself included, think about electricity in terms of peak demand. How much power do I need at any given moment? Whereas with something like this, you can store up energy for later. So if you're charging your Tesla during off-peak hours, you can save money, and then you can run your house during peak demand, when the prices are super high. So that's really cool. We can also see that the car itself can be charged in 8 hours from a standard wall plug, but only 1 hour using a Tesla supercharger. That's pretty good. And we also have a little bit of information about the build quality of the Model 2. We can see here that the frame is made from ultra-hard 3D woven nanocomposite. It's going to be stronger than steel, lighter than aluminum. This is a significant leap forward in vehicle architecture. On the exterior, we have a body made out of Tesla's new gigacasting. This is the large structural casting piece that replaces dozens of individual stamped pieces. This will make the body of the car stiffer and more resistant to crashes. It also cuts down on weight. It means more range and faster acceleration. And the interior of the Model 2 is something that hasn't been seen in a Tesla before. It has a completely flat floor. That's due to the new skateboard architecture. And then we also have a yoke steering wheel that is very similar to what we saw in the Cybertruck. The only difference is that this yoke appears to be removable. Now that is a quick summary of the new Model 2. Make sure you guys check out the detailed article for more specs. Put a lot of work into it. No, 2. The Cybertrucks are finally ready for prime time. Yes, after years of delay, Elon has confirmed that the Cybertrucks are entering volume production. He posted on X, "Cybertruck volume production starts next month." This has been a very long time coming. The original reveal was back in November of 2019, and we've seen a few different prototypes driving around. But it's been a very slow process. This truck is truly unique, and it requires many new manufacturing processes to be implemented at Gigafactory Texas. That's why there's been so many delays. But now that it's almost here, we can expect to see thousands of units being delivered by the end of the year. And if you still want to order a Cybertruck, you're in luck. Tesla just opened up a new configurator page for Europe, and customers in Germany, Norway, Switzerland, and Austria can place an order. So if you're in Europe and you've been waiting for this day, it's finally here. You can have a Cybertruck shipped to you next year. No, 3. According to the latest reports, Tesla has recently filed a new patent that shows us their vision for a solar-powered megacharger. So we've talked about this before. This isn't anything new, but the new filing contains some interesting details that we haven't seen before. As you can tell by the images, this is a solar array that's attached to a megacharger. It looks very similar to a gas station. So we have multiple fueling ports, and then on top of the roof, there is a giant solar panel array. Now in this particular filing, the array is designed to charge up to 12 vehicles at once. But Tesla could easily modify this design to scale up to 24 or more stalls. So that's really cool. And if we remember back to the Tesla Investor Day event, Elon was talking about how he wants to revamp the entire supply chain to make megachargers more accessible. He said, "We are looking at all aspects of the supply chain with the goal of dramatically increasing the production rate per unit of time and reducing cost as much as possible. Even fundamental things like changing the way that we manufacture and deploy megachargers so that they are factory assembled and deployed in mass in a very high volume." This patent filing is in line with Elon's statements from Investor Day. It shows a pre-assembled megacharger with an integrated solar panel array. These things can be built at a factory and then deployed to locations all over the world. And this is exactly what Tesla needs to start doing if they want to compete in the commercial vehicle space. Their competitors are making moves. For example, Rivian just partnered up with Shell to install 100 fast chargers at Shell stations across the US. So Tesla needs to do something to stay ahead of the competition. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up today if you liked it. That is so important for getting our content out to more people. If you enjoy the content, then you'd probably also enjoy our weekly newsletter. So sign up with the link down below. A huge thank you to all of our supporters who are listed on the screen now. You help us make the best content we can, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.